is the Comrade Show. Make Comrade Show wait. Comrade Lante Oriente. Live on Facebook and YouTube. Like us, follow us, and be the first to know. This is the Comrade Show. Make Comrade Show wait. Comrade Lante Oriente. Live on Facebook and YouTube. Like us, follow us, and be the first to know. This is the Comrade Show. Make Comrade Show wait. Comrade Lante Oriente. Live on Facebook and YouTube. Like us, follow us, and be the first to know. This is the Comrade Show.
Yes, very good evening to you, people and Nigerians across the world. This is the Comrade Show, and this is the segment we call the Comrade and Friends. Today is Sunday, the 24th of October, 2021, and I want to quickly apologize that we are starting this program a bit behind schedule. My name is Comrade Lante Oriachi, and of course, as usual, I have with me in the house members of the Comrade and Friends. That's talking about the musketeers of the Comrade Show. And my apologies that we are starting behind schedule, like I said earlier, due to some factors here and there. And of course, in the course of trying to prepare for the program, we came to quite understand that Manchester United is losing to Liverpool, and Real Madrid has just won Barcelona, and some big things happening around and all of that. But hopefully next time we're going to be, try to as much as possible, cure the technical issues we had today, and start always on time. Today we're going to be looking at some of the strides of the governor of Edo State, talking of governance in Edo State, because Edo State is one state that is very much in the news for so many things, part of which is what the governor is doing as far as governance is concerned, or that is happening around politics and all of that. But we're going to be looking at aspects of, Obaseki's giant's prize. But the man who is going to anchor the program today to take us through all of these matters is, of course, the man we all know, one of the musketeers of the Comrade Show. I couldn't want to bring him on, and that's talking of, for the sake of this program, Comrade Dr. Obaseki Agbons. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much. Our senior comrade in the house, the one who understands all the in-win-wins and the local government matters, Comrade Lante Oriachi. Thank you very much for your superb intro. I'm not surprised. You are a Real Madrid fan. Hala Madrid. I can see that you are coming into this program with all zip and zest. Congratulations on your victory. But Barcelona fans, more than not worry. Things go jail for now very soon. Lante now is very happy.
Well, that's the story for another day. Let's go ahead and another.
So quickly, I just want to introduce the third leg of this of our musketeering on this show. Talking of another person that my very good brother, the man of who is very good at giving names. He has the one that he nicknamed this program the Sunday Tonic. No wonder he's a pharmaceuticals. So please, Comrade Austin, greet our people.
Thank you so much, Dr. Tony Agbonseraife, the man that I call Doctor of Letters, and CNC Comrade Lante Oriachi. Just to let our people know, Dr. Tony Agbons is somewhat down because his team is losing today. I'm the happiest one in the house today, knowing that CNC has just won. But let's see. I think I've just written a letter to Liverpool to take it easy and don't do so much damage. But my people, you are welcome to our Sunday Tonic. Please join us again to talk about our great country, Nigeria, Edo State in particular, and Benin City in serious parentheses. God bless you now, my people.
Thank you so much, my brother, comrade pharmacist Austin Iremira. So, our people, thank you for joining us this very beautiful Sunday evening. Depending on where you are joining us in the world, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. You are welcome to the Comrade Show. This segment we call the Comrade and Friends. So, like Comrade Lante have said, we have a number of issues that we're going to be looking at today. So, please share this broadcast, share the broadcast on our YouTube and Facebook handles. Share the broadcast. Thank you so much to our viewers who have joined us. Iguma Enofe, thank you so much. Sunrise Kudos, Dr. Loretta Oduwari Ogboroko, thank you so much for joining. Matilda Fim, I can see you, my sister. You are welcome. Osagbovo Okwonga, Isoken Wori, and Mary Kimade, you are all welcome. All our viewers that have joined, please share this broadcast. And once again, thank you for being part of our program today. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we are starting this program on a very happy note. This evening, we want to congratulate and send very, very hearty cheers to our revered monarch, the custodian of Benin culture. I'm talking of no other than His Royal Majesty Omonoba Nedo Okuakpolokpolo Oba EY II Ogidigan on the 5th anniversary of his coronation as the Oba of Benin. You will all recall that the Oba EY was coronated on the 20th of October 2016. Let me also let you know that the Oba's birthday is also 20th of October. So it's actually been a week of double celebration for our monarch. So Austin, Pharmacist Iremira, the Oba 5th year anniversary and his birthday. What is your message to His Royal Majesty?
Thank you so much, Dr. Tony Agbons. What a good time to be from Edo State. And what a good time for me to be born and grew up all my youthful life in Benin City. I remember with nostalgia, whenever I go around the Ring Road area, how surreal that area is. And people will say, don't even talk when you are going through the palace. And to be a youth now, going past my mid-40s and heading towards 50, to be alive, to see another Oba take throne from that one that was before. 26th of October 2020 was indeed an epoch-making event. It was well celebrated. Remember, the current Royal Majesty is not just a legend, but is well educated. And his coronation aroused so many people from all over the world. And you will agree with me that he has brought a new dimension to royalty in Edo State and indeed Nigeria. So it is with great pleasure that I want to join all our members and the Comrade Show to say hearty congratulations to our Royal Majesty on his 5th year anniversary into the throne of his forebearers and coincidentally to celebrate his birthday. It is indeed good and a good feeling and a good news. Long may he reign, and may this throne and his seat bring more blessing, more victory, more development, more growth, and total emancipation of our great state. God bless him and bless him richly. May he continue to live and live and live and bring good tidings to our state. Our Royal Majesty Ogidiga Omonoba Nedo Oba EY II, we congratulate you and we say that our ancestors will continue to lead you and help you and make that throne to be sweet. And it's been the envy of so many in Nigeria. So shall it be. God bless you.
Thank you very much. Oba Tokbe.
He said,
Obarima Ayo Okpo Edugie. Comrade Lante Ponsa Oriaki. Oviedo Kakaka Ewehi. You are a typical Edo man, typical Benima.
Obaseki.
Say, Okoto boy, what have you to say at this 5th anniversary of His Royal Majesty? Even though we know that His Majesty had requested for a low-key celebration this time because of the transition to glory of a great Edo son, talking of Captain Hosa Okumbo, who was recently laid to rest in Benin. So, but what do you have to say to His Royal Majesty?
I think it's a beautiful moment for all of us. The celebration, of the Oba is the celebration of the Benin people, because in essence, the definition of the average Edo man, derives from the palace. The life of the average Edo man revolves around the palace, and so therefore, by extension, it is not just the Oba that is celebrating; it is the entire Edo people. As a matter of fact, it is the entire United Kingdom of Great Benin that is celebrating. And all we can say, not really much, is to, of course, wish our great Royal Majesty, wish him long life. And we say it in no better way than Omonobanedo Atokbe is said. That's all that is the highest we do, really. Every other thing is just some embellishment. But the moment is a moment of joy, and in our closet we pray that his reign will continue to mark progress for the land, continue to mark good things. As a matter of fact, it's instructive to note too, and to express that his reign, the reign of His Royal Majesty, has already heralded so many good things coming to Edo State. So many, and he has provided leadership in such a way that young people like us may not have known, and all of that. His reign has brought some level of sanity into the system. So many things that had hitherto characterize the average Benin people, so to speak, that were not morally just. He came on and quickly took on some of those things, and began to nip them in the bud. And somehow the dignity of the average Edo person is restored. The grace upon the Edo people is hugely restored. And of course, it is no news that the artifacts of our forefathers, of the palace of the Oba of Benin, that were stolen many years ago, under his reign, we are hopeful right now that these artifacts will come to where they truly belong. And so many good things are happening. And of course, all of these things play into that definition of the true Edo man. Some people see an average Benin person as a proud person, but some of us have made effort to correct that the Benis are not proud people. They are people created in grace, and because they are created in grace, they carry themselves gracefully. To the man who is an onlooker, it was easily just say, "Oh, these people are proud people," but these are people who are created the most important people in this world. So I mean, if our Oba is having a ceremony like this, a ceremony of celebration, it's a huge celebration for the entire Benin people. When I mean Benin, I'm not just talking of the Edo speaking people. I'm talking of everybody that can be identified as stemming from the United Kingdom of Great Benin, be it the Benin speaking people, Esan people, Afemai people, just name them, Ibira people. Everybody's got a connection. So it's a moment everybody should be proud, everybody should be happy, Everybody should be focused, at this time, and of course, prayerful that the God, that is representing God Almighty in heaven on the earth with us today, the Oba of Benin, that his reign will not just be a long one, but will be the one that will continue to mark, greatness for Edo State, for Nigeria, and for the entirety, of the people of the United Kingdom of Great Benin. On that note, I want to say,
thank you very much, my brother, Comrade Lante Konsa Oriahi, and Comrade Pharmacist Austin Remira. May you, gentlemen, may you not fall on the heap of your spoken word. The Oba is the symbol. The Oba is the custodian of the United Kingdom of Great Benin. Like Comrade Lante have said, not just for those who speak the Benin language, but for the Esan people, the Afemai, the everyone, Esako, Igara, the Akoko Edo people. So we are all from the same stock.
Sorry, sir.
Yes.
Even our people from Delta states, almost
yes,
all of them.
All of them.
The Jaws, the
Jaws, yes. In stretching up to Ife, to Dahomey,
absolutely.
Which even the Togolese, these are Iyadema people. These are our people.
We have our people too in Ghana.
Yes, and hopefully one day they have the Osagiafo and all the rest. Yes. One day we're going to dedicate a program to let people know that all these people, they are actually Edo people.
Yes.
But who
they are Benin.
Yeah, they are Benin. Yeah, they are Benin people who eventually went to other places, even as far back as Republic of Benin. We'll have a special program one of these days. But again, on behalf of the Board of Trustees of the Comrade Show, we want to wish His Royal Majesty the Oba of Benin, Omonoba Nedo Kwakpolokpolo, Oba Ewa II, a glorious reign, full of prosperity and progress for the United Kingdom of Great Benin. Oba Atokbe is. Thank you so much, comrade. We want to quickly move on to the second issue we have on our board today, which again is another very, very heartwarming, heart-bubbling news, which is the Edo State School of Nursing and Midwifery. For our viewers who may not know, this school has been in a moribund state of dilapidation for quite a while. And it will interest you to know that massive renovation has been going on since the year 2020, and the school is now ready for accreditation and for nursing students, both for nursing and for midwifery to resume. So we're going to show you a visual so that you can appreciate how this school used to look like and how it is looking like now. So that we appreciate
the State School of Nursing and Midwifery was shut down by the immediate past administration owing to poor standard of facilities and defective buildings which failed to meet the criterion for accreditation of courses. The school was originally established to produce the needed manpower for central hospital and primary healthcare centers in the 18 local government areas, private hospitals, pharmaceutical companies, and other healthcare establishments in the state. In early 2020, Edo State Governor Mr. Obaseki embarked on reconstruction of the institution to give it a facelift to meet international standards. He ensured the contractors remodeled the School of Nursing to specification and assured its administration will continue to invest in human capacity development.
We are all witnesses to what happened last year with the pandemic and the unraveling of our healthcare system. How we could see how weak our healthcare system has become. Last year with COVID, didn't matter how much money you have. If you found yourself ill, sick, you had no chance of leaving this country. And so it raised the fundamental issue: can we continue to operate like this as a state where we now seek for our healthcare needs from abroad or outside of the state? It is not that we don't have the requisite human resources. We do. We have more than 5,000 doctors within a 50-mile radius of Benin City. So it's not the human capacity, it's the facilities.
Mr. Obaseki, who noted that the institution is 95% complete, said the school is set to receive the accreditation team by the end of the month, while prospective students who have gone through the admission process will resume academic activities mid-November 2021.
Pre-accreditation team will be visiting this weekend, and I wanted to make sure myself that the place is ready for the team to inspect, so that we don't have any hiccups in terms of the accreditation. The staff have been recruited, like you can see. The work on the physical infrastructure is going on. The demonstration material, the equipment for the demonstration labs have all been purchased. The computers have all been purchased, and by the weekend, I'm assured, all of these will be installed. As you can see, it's 95% ready. We expect that before the end of the month, it will be fully ready, and by the middle of November, we will have received accreditation, and the students who have gone through the admission process will resume.
According to Governor Obaseki, Edo State School of Nursing has capacity to produce quality manpower. Patience Osaugiwa.
Yes, just before you continue, sir, let us quickly just give credit to ITV for the reporting. That report was done by ITV, and of course, it's credit to ITV. So we'll just pick that to show this. Go over to you, sir.
Yeah, ITV Benin, so that people in the
Yes.
UK will not be thinking it's their own. So credit to ITV for that visuals that we showed just now. I'm going to start with you, Comrade Pharmacist, because this is your constituency. You are a healthcare practitioner. You are in the healthcare sector. The Edo State School of Nursing and Midwifery. We saw how dilapidated that school was even last year, and how the school is looking now. Students to resume mid-November. Accreditation is going to be this month ending of October. This seem to be something that has been very well done by the state government. Yeah, we're always very quick to, people are always very quick to criticize and pass the blame. But if something has been done properly, we also need to give credit. Pharmacist Remira, what is your take?
Thank you so much, my brother, Dr. Tony Agbons. Like you said, this is my area. I'm from the health sector. A good health system in any environment is a key to potential growth, to economic prosperity. Because when people live well, they are able to contribute to the workforce, and they are able to contribute money, which keeps the economy running. And nursing is one segment of the healthcare system that is very key. You have the doctors, you have pharmacists, you have everybody. But it is the nurse that spend a huge amount of time looking after patients. So that sector is very paramount. I was very happy last year when the governor took that giant stride. And I've been praying quietly that God should make this to come to reality. So on that note, I want to commend Edo State government led by Governor Obaseki, who has put his money where his mouth is. And that closure was announced, that visual you showed, was around 2020. And he promised that in under 1 year, that school will be open again for activities to continue. And true to type, earlier this week, that visual came out, and we've been informed that the commissioning will be done this week, and there is accreditation coming mid-November. I am very happy. I am very proud, and I think it's something good. We've often mentioned in this program that where the government has done something good and they need to be praised, we have no choice but to praise them. And I also think it's a ray of hope and succor for the students who were asked to leave the premises and probably go back to nothing. Those students will be happy now. Their parents will be happy because they know that in no distance time, hopefully before the end of November, school activity, learning activity would have resumed again and will be in full throttle. Edo State has 18 local governments. And from the report that came out from the ITV report just now, this is the school that oiled the wheels for nursing in other local governments. So you would agree with me that it is very, very paramount and it is very key. The governor also said sometimes before that infrastructure is not just all about healthcare. But you will agree with me, Tony and Agbons, and even our viewers, that where you get your training from need to be conducive. The atmosphere need to be very good for those working there to be able to disseminate good information and create a good learning environment. We are not talking about NSAS now, but remember, our barracks are dilapidated. Hence, we have dilapidated police. So if the structure, the environment is not good, then we are not going to produce anything good from there. From those visuals, you can see the serene environment, the labs are ready. I am sure and convinced that going forward, it will be quality that will come out of there. I just want to appeal to the Edo State government not to relent, but to carry this noble stride into other aspects of our different healthcare system and also look at different healthcare sectors in our various local governments. But just to put a full stop, I am very happy. Congratulations to the governor for keeping to his words and for Edo State. This is the barometer for Edo State moving forward. Healthcare is key. Congratulations to all Edos. It is a happy moment.
Thank you very much. It is a happy moment. I particularly like the visuals looking at the lecture theater. And I think that some of those facilities there compete favorably with some that we find even in Western, in the Western societies. Training and where you train is important. I particularly like the point you have raised, pharmacist Austin, that nursing is very, very important to the healthcare system because nurses, they spend more time with the patients than any other healthcare practitioner. So that point you have raised is very germane. And kudos to the Edo State government for this health facility that have been totally refurbished. It's looking brand new. And true to word, the students, they are going to be back in mid-November. Accreditation by the Nursing and Midwifery Council of Nigeria is going to be done ending of this month, October. And students, I think they've finished their admission process. We're going to see very soon, from mid-November, students will be returning back to school. Comrade, I'm calling you pharmacist now. Comrade Lamte Konsariakhiri. My brother, what have you to say concerning this school that is going to open soon?
Look, I think we should give kudos to the governor. Ordinarily, we should be looking at this, with a different lens. Reasons being that, this is what he's supposed to be doing. This is his job. Okay, thanking him for doing his job may look like, why are we, praising him? Unfortunately, we are people who have, we've become very used to people in power promising and yet not fulfilling their promises. People taking money, from taxpayers' coffers and not executing what they say they want to execute and all of that. So by the time we find one person among the many that have passed, okay, among the many that have attempted, okay, who is different somehow, we cannot but applaud the person. And I think that is where the applause for the governor comes in. Ordinarily, if this was happening in the UK and all of that, maybe this project would have been meeting some criticism. People say, "Oh, are these chairs quality enough? Oh, is this one quality enough? Oh, will this meet the standard of this? Oh, what kind of wood did they use for the structure? Did they meet the standard and all of that?" Okay, because the people in government in some of these other countries, okay, they are doing what they what they are expected to do, and so Governor Obaseki, is doing what is expected to do. But we are thanking him and praising him because we have seen, in this same Edo state, we've seen governors come and go and actually, do next to nothing, and that is the truth. Now, the other area I want to look at, which for me is fulfilling, is that this is a governor who has said, promised Edo people that healthcare is a primary healthcare development and standardization is a primary target for him. And he promised during the electionary campaign, and he said he was going to build not less than 190 primary health centers, healthcare centers. Okay, because according to the word of the governor, he said that his major target is to ensure that the primary healthcare facilities across different wards, across the state, they are standardized. Now, I remember in one of the Zoom meetings we had with the governor, the issue was equally raised when the governor equally responded to say, standardizing healthcare infrastructure is not a question, it's not something that has to do with the buildings per se. It has a lot to do with the personnel, the human beings, and all of that. And looking across the 192 or 98 wards in Edo State and all of that, the issue was how many healthcare practitioners do we have? By the time all these facilities are in place, how many doctors are we going to have that will be responding to issues? How many trained healthcare personnel? How many nurses do we have? And all of that. So this is a governor who is saying that, to cater for our healthcare needs, we now need to go to the cocoa below, and the cocoa below has to do with seeking first the kingdom of healthcare needs, and every other thing shall follow. And he knows that the nurses and the midwives, they are the bedrock of our own primary healthcare need, as it were, and all of that. So this facility is a lot more than just the buildings, the furniture, the various things that we are seeing inside the facility and all of that. It's much more than this. Okay. The beauty of this is that this facility is not a white elephant project. It's a project that is going to be turning out professionals to care for our healthcare needs. Okay, imagine that in the next 5 years, how many nurses this facility would have trained, and many of them, if not most of them, but all of them are going to be from Edo State. Now, when you are training nurses, what are you training them for? You are training them to become employed. You are training them to become professionals, okay, to care for themselves and care for others. You are improving the overall health need of the state. So at the end of the day, as a visionarian, okay, we have a lot to applaud the governor for. And of course, we have a lot to equally draw his attention to and all of that as he's getting along. And so this being on ground convinces me almost beyond reasonable doubt that we have a governor who is willing to continue to walk the walk. And of course, kudos to the governor, kudos to Edo State and the people of Edo State. This is a beautiful thing, my brother.
Thank you very much, Comrade Lamptey, for what you have said. Indeed, it is really heartwarming to see that once again our students, especially people who want to read nursing or midwifery, they don't have to go to Delta State to go to Warri or Asaba, or begin to go to Lagos or go to Lokoja, just for them to become nurses or midwife. And like you have rightly pointed out, um, the hospital setting, nurses play a key role. I think pharmacist Iremiran also said that they play a key role, in providing healthcare for our people.
Without nurses, there won't be hospital.
There won't be, yes. And just like you alluded to, for us to be able to run primary healthcare, we really need nurses to run this system. I'm coming back to you, Comrade Pharmacist Iremira. This School of Nursing and Midwifery has come on board. Pharmacist Iremira, what other areas, because we are projecting now, would you actually want the Edo State government to look into as far as healthcare provision in our state is concerned?
Thank you so much, Dr. Tony Agbons, for that brilliant question. Just also want to say, having established that we know how important nursing is, there is also midwifery attached to that. And for our viewers, midwifery has to do with special nurses that look after babies when they come to the world. So that's also very important. So
pregnant women.
Pregnant women. And you know that the issue of maternal death rate and all is on the increase. So having that facility there is like using one stone to kill two birds. So it is indeed a worthy cause that the governor has thought about and decided to start from there. The next question you asked me, still on healthcare, I'm not interested in having specialist hospitals and big central hospitals. I don't think that is the key to our present day healthcare needs in a country like Nigeria, specifically in a state like Edo State and our local government. I think primary healthcare is very key, because when diseases and ailments are identified early and nipped in the bud, it reduces the pressure on the secondary and the tertiary sectors, which will be the central hospitals and the general hospitals. I will be very happy if, like the governor promised, the 192 wards, or maybe in terms of funds, let's reduce it to the local government, that every local government has a functioning primary health care system, and we have nothing less than the desired number of doctors and nurses and other healthcare personnel that will be there. I take your mind back. I didn't grow up to see this. Maybe I'll be letting my age out now. Maybe somebody saw it here. We used to remember those sanitary inspectors that used to go from local government to local government. We want something like that back. And the only thing that will mimic that will be the primary health care. So if we have a functioning primary health care in the 18 local governments in Edo State, if the governor can do that, that will be very important. Having established a training institutions now, what will that do, Tony? That will create employment. So if you get to Edo State School of Nursing and Midwifery, and there is other pharmaceutical things there, you are sure that when you qualify, there is a job waiting for you. The interest will now be, which local government will I go to? So if we have that training facility and is doing well, manpower will not be a problem. So I will beg the governor to look into that direction. It may not be Benin City because we are a big cosmopolitan, but the other local governments are suffering. There are so many local governments in the interlands that are really suffering. If we, like the head of our Benin City Sports Youth League will always say, help me to catch them young. If we have this in all the local government, we are going to catch these ailments early. We are going to disseminate useful information, and that will help to nip the pressure on the tertiary and secondary facilities. So I am begging the governor for just one. Let it be under his watch, under his name, and under his reign. that we have a functional primary health care system in the 18 local governments in Edo State. I tell you, my brother, we will be on the march again to El Dorado.
Wow, thank you very much. Primary healthcare is the key. With an efficient primary healthcare system, diseases, they are nipped very early, and fatality is reduced. That is somebody who understands how the healthcare system works is speaking. I'm sure you are taking a lot of notes, Austin, from the NHS, where you are a player here in the UK. Thank you very much, my brother. A lot of people do not really understand that, with good primary health care, people don't need to go to the major hospitals. And some of these ailments can easily be treated before, they turn to something else. Rounding up on this issue now, Comrade Lamte Oriahi, you actually mentioned this at the beginning. There was this electoral promise by the governor during the elections that the 192 wards, the primary healthcare centers will be, functional. And I believe, going by what we have seen with the Edo State School of Nursing and Midwifery, that promise will see the light of day. What, in your opinion, do you have to say concerning primary health care? Because I know you have some knowledge about this as well.
First, I want to thank you, my brother. Like we already established, and of course, pharmacist Remera talked about it. The base of healthcare provision, okay, must start from the primary healthcare. If we are able to have a proper, very functional primary healthcare system in Edo State, I am sure that death rate, will be reduced greatly. There are people, who just die waiting to be attended at the big hospitals, the general hospitals, and you know what I'm saying now. Meanwhile, what probably brought them to that place is something that they just go to, healthcare center, maybe a few blocks away from their houses, and they just get attended, and that will be resolved. And if they need the referral, okay, they get a referral to go to the bigger hospital. And what that does, like pharmacists equally say, it reduces pressure on the bigger hospitals. Now everybody goes to UBTH or Central Hospital. That shouldn't be. There are so many people who are not supposed to go there at all. They have no business being there. You understand what I'm saying now? And all of that. These are hospitals that are supposed to care for, the ailments that now became issues that the primary health care centers could not do it. They've made some efforts. That's okay. These ones need more, professional assistance, and all of that support. So if we have a functional primary, so I think that the governor's choice of, concentrating on ensuring that we have a functional primary health care system, okay, is one that is like Jesus Christ said, seek ye the kingdom of God and every other thing shall be added unto you. So there's a kingdom of God in healthcare that the government is trying to seek, which is ensuring that we have a palpable and functional, primary healthcare, system. Now, with this facility in place, and we've talked about the advantage of these facilities. You understand this facility, this nursing, facility, as it were, with it in place. I do not know, under this tenure, if the promise of the governor will be met under this tenure. But I'm glad that it has started. Because, for the nurses, they probably require about 3 years, or a bit more, to get trained, okay, and be absorbed into the system. Already, I am aware from information around that we don't even have enough human capacity right now to deal with our healthcare needs. Particularly when we talk about, trained professionals. I'm not talking of doctors right now. We have high shortage of nurses. We have shortage of trained healthcare, personnel and all of that. But apart from nurses and doctors, we have other people, a whole range of other professionals, that work in the health sector. And when we were talking about primary health care, infrastructure and all of that, and of healthcare needs, we need them in every ward according to the promise of the government, not just in every local government, which means that in a local government, Ward 1, Ward 2, Ward 3, Ward 10, Ward 8, Ward 9, all of these wards, they need to have at least one primary healthcare center. Now, if that is even done, where are the people to work in them? So this is why this facility by the governor of Edo State is invaluable. It's invaluable. The other thing I want to talk about, and I don't know how true is this, because this is part of the things that have characterized, the emergence of this, the footages we've seen, and of course, the state of the nursing facility right now in Edo State. If it is true, it is what the government need to check. There's accusation out there, okay? We cannot independently verify it, okay? But we want government to take note. People are saying that we have furniture makers in Edo State. Why is it that the furniture that was used in this facility, they were imported? Now, I don't want to believe this is true. If it is, I think government need to pay attention to it. If it is not, somebody in government need to come out and quickly debunk that. You understand what I'm saying now? But if it is, even if it is, there probably will be a reason why it is. However, we like that when we are having structures like this come up in Edo State, every aspect of Edo State should be exhausted first before we think of any other place. It is only the things that we cannot produce that should go elsewhere for production. And on a scale of preference, I think that Edo people first. If we cannot find people in Edo State to do which needs to be done, okay, before we now move to other states. And if there are no other people in other states, before we now move to beyond Nigeria. You understand? So sometimes we hear that, government has made something like this, provided for something like this, but the people who made that thing possible are people not from Edo State. And if there is evidence to show that there are Edo State people who can actually do, a similar thing or better, it is probably important that government look at some of those things so that all those ones will be part of those edges that we don't want to who's about and all of that. Having said that, I want to say, to round off from my own this thing, to say all I will say is kudos to the governor. I'm glad. I trust Governor Obaseki very much. I trust him. He has done things to make me trust him very well. And I trust him so much so that there are things that we are not even going to talk about on this program that the government is planning to do. There are things that we may not even remember to talk about. They are all part of the package and all of that. So the only concern I have is, I don't know within his tenure whether this facility will produce that manpower to help settle, some of the needs of the shortages we may have in some of these some of the areas. You understand what I'm saying now? Then the issue raised by pharmacist Remiran over other local government, the rural areas and all of that, I think that these are issues too that are valid, that government needs to take a look at it. But overall, I want to say that we are very impressed that the governor of Edo State and his government, they are working the work.
Thank you very much. They are working the work, and a lot still has to be done. I think there's a consensus amongst us. The pharmacists, I think you have something you still want to chip in. We'll do that, and then I will sum up on this segment.
Thank you so much, Dr. Tony Agbons, for giving me that opportunity just before you round up. I want to read what somebody has just put on our chat, Princess Anne-Marie. It says the administration now, should look into partnership with the Edo State medical people abroad and leverage their medical expertise in building a robust primary healthcare system. I know many such people who will jump to help the state if called upon. I just wanted to add that quickly to what Comrade Lante was trying to say when he was telling the government to look inwards to make sure people that are in the state get some job first before looking outward. I just want to bring that in as well, that there are so many people professionals in the diaspora who are dying to serve the state. And I just want to say, quick succession, I know the issue of the Edo State Diaspora Commission is in the offing. I want to hope and pray that as soon as that is done and the DG is named and everything is in place, that would be a good nexus to get these people to help develop our state, because partnership is the key and the only way forward.
Thank you very much, Pharmacist Remiran. Yes. And thank you, our ardent viewer, Princess Anne-Marie, for that suggestion. We'll keep you in the loop. You say you know a lot of people who are ready to do this. And like Pharmacist Remiran have said, we are all waiting. We are waiting with breath for the takeoff of the Edo State Diaspora Agency, EDSA, to kick off. I believe this sort of partnership will be part of the remit of this agency when it kicks off very, very, very soon. So, gentlemen, Comrade Lamte and Comrade Iremira, thank you so much for the way you have done justice to our discussion so far. So we just want to quickly move to another issue which has been trending. And we believe on this show that we cannot just allow this to pass without mentioning it, because I know our viewers will want to, get our perspective and our views on this trending, although it's on the national scale. This is about Nigeria. This week, to be precise, on Thursday, the 21st of October, 2021, the leader of the proscribed, according to the Nigerian government, indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, finally, he was brought to court. I want to say that that was a huge relief for so many people, because in the last hearing in July, the Department for State Security, DSS, they could not produce Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in court. And since July, there has been a lot of permutation. People have been saying, oh, what has happened to him? I hope he's okay and all that. So he was brought to court on Thursday at the Federal High Court in Abuja. And there were visuals. We also saw photos of him being brought to court. But there was another twist and angle to this whole thing. Like it is always said, justice should be done, and justice should be seen to be done. And someone, as is also often said in the temple of justice and in law, someone is presumed innocent until proven otherwise in the court of law. Something happened on Thursday that Nigerian security agencies did not allow a lot of journalists. They did not allow journalists to go into the court. This has not gone that way. Representatives of the Ohaneze Indigbo, the Apex Igbo socio-cultural political group, led by former Anambra State Governor, Dr. Chukwuemeka Ezife, could not even go in. Senator Ande Uba could not go in. So many others. Our top media houses, their journalists, they could not get into the court. So the Nigerian Bar Association, as we expect, some senior advocates of Nigeria, they've been lambasting the Attorney General and Minister of Justice. They've been lambasting Nigerian security officials and the federal government for this high-handedness. And some people have described this as a charade and as a kamikaze, that this shouldn't be happening in the 21st century. This is 2021. We are now in 1930. So, Pharmacist Remira, I want you to very quickly, what is your take on this, on what we saw at the Federal High Court in Abuja on Thursday?
Thank you so much, Dr. Tony Agbons. I have so many comments to make, but I will try to be very brief. First and foremost, I just want to say, I have discussed with many lawyers. I don't think the federal government has any right to prescribe IPOB. It would be good if the IPOB-led Nnamdi Kanu is prescribed. The reason I say that is IPOB is a belief of certain people that they want cessation. No government, any part of the world, and no law allows you to prescribe an aspiration that I have. But of course, that is it for Nigeria. But I just want to put that into perspective. The only good thing that came out of that is that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is alive, he's hale and hearty, and there were speculations that he's sick and other stuff, but we could see he's alive and he was present in court. To me, that is the only good thing that came out of that display midweek. There are so much other negative issues. First and foremost, I worry. Why do you have to have so many security men? The money that you use to pay for those security, to buy fuel for all the cars and all the other things that follow such payment, that is wanton waste of money. Even court staff were not allowed to come to work. This is absolutely not the right thing to do. If we are a government that think more, especially in economic terms, you won't waste so much amount of money. Nnamdi Kanu could have been brought quietly to court and proceedings will take place. A lesson for the government to really learn. And like you said, for a man who has been heard, it's only normal and right for you to allow journalists to go in there, at least for the man to say a word or two. And of course, highly placed people from the East who were there were even not allowed to enter the courtroom. I think our government paid too much to things that I consider not too necessary. And because of that, they hype the personality of Nnamdi Kanu and sort of cause more tension within the Southeast. The last I want to say on this, how can you now adjourn a case of a man who is alleged to have committed a crime and you are taking him back to the DSS? Nnamdi Kanu should have been taken from that court to the correctional center, and his lawyer actually argued for that, but that was turned down because you cannot be the one making the case and also keeping the person. Our laws have it that Nnamdi Kanu should have been proceeded, taken to a proper prison, not in the hands of DSS. So to conclude, the only good thing is that Nnamdi Kanu is alive. And government should be very quick. Let us dispense justice quickly. If he is found culpable, let him suffer. But if he's not found culpable, let him be released. And again, it's a warning. You cannot suppress a vision. Because if you do, the children yet unborn that are progenies of that vision will continue to pull it forward. Nigeria has a problem. Our problem cannot be solved by just dancing around it. We need to face it square on and allow peace to reign. But like I said, the only good thing is that Nnamdi Kanu is alive, and hopefully we'll see him again in November.
Thank you very much, Pharmacist Iremira. Nigeria has a problem. I'm just reading some of the comments from some of our viewers. Amos Iyamu said, "Lawless Nigeria, divine greatness. You've been really hitting your button since this show. Thank you." He said, "Nigeria is just a joke." For me, before I call on the comrade, Nigeria, we just make mockery of democracies. And when you look at what is happening in the country in 2021, it's very, very painful. The press, they are the fourth estate of the realm, and the role they play is very, very important. So when I was watching the news this week from Nigeria, and Channels TV, Arise News, even an Arise News correspondent, a lady, she was even being manhandled. I saw the clip. It's really, 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 really bad. And like you have said, pharmacist, you cannot cage a vision. I think the Nigerian government can do better. I don't want to preempt anything. Pharmacist, I always call you pharmacist today. Like comrade, maybe we'll give you a title of pharmacist.
Flesh and blood is not revealed that to you. Something is happening in your head.
Exactly. Comrade Lamte Kponsa Oriakhi, I know you have been a social crusader. You've talked so much about Nigerian issues, and I know that you are even rebooting now. I've had some discussions with you on Nigerian issues. How do you see this this matter?
I think I'm not going to qualify it with any. I try not to qualify with any adjective that people may not can find comfort with. I probably would just want to say what are we expecting? What are we expecting? Now I'll take it from where you will not expect. Elon Musk has been discussed to probably be apart from being the richest man in the world, but would be the richest man in the world in trillions of dollars. He's not a Christian, he's not a Muslim, he's not a religious person, he doesn't believe in anything. Just a hard-working human being who understands the concept of how to make money and who is adapting all he does to conform with the president. Now, we have a president who for probably 20 years before he became president had added no training, added no skill, couldn't even use the iPad, doesn't understand our present world, but we made him a president. And one of the things we say about this president is he tells us about grazing route of 1963. He wants the restoration of grazing route of 1963. A man whose foundation is in the military, where people don't argue, where everything is done by force. The man is the president. And since being president in the last 6 years, if I'm not mistaken, and all of that, it is not reported that there is any skill he has added to make him conform to the present day reality. Now, what do we expect? A nation that, touted itself as having passed the Freedom of Information Bill. Okay? You just said just now that, what's it called? The media is the fourth realm of the estate.
Yeah.
Now we have a president who basically gives instruction to his his ministers, and of course, Minister of Justice and all of that. They are all just carrying out the orders of the president and all of that, and the goons around him. So there's something we are going to expect than travesty of justice. This is a man who is doing so much to fan the flame of nepotism, to give it hand, leg, engine, everything, in a country where somebody like Nnamdi Kanu today is facing trial. The likes of what's his name, Sheikh Gumi, the terrorist sympathizer, okay, who is negotiating on behalf of terrorists, collecting money from people as reported by some sources, on behalf of people, who are victims of kidnapping and all those things, negotiating with terrorists and all of that. And of course, coming out to the public to say, man, terrorists should be, granted pardon. They should be absorbed into society. They should be this. And such a man is working freely. So at the end of the day, it brings us to the point where I remember this Nnamdi Kanu aptly describing Nigeria today, probably not the Nigeria of yesterday. Hopefully, it won't be Nigeria of some years to come, but describing Nigeria today as a zoo. I think that's what is most apt right now, because what we see, not just with Kanu. I mean, look at Sunday Igboho. The same, what's his name, Malami, the Minister of Justice, came out to say publicly that they have uncovered, the different accounts, bank accounts of Sunday Igboho, and they have established links between Sunday Igboho and people who sponsor terrorism in Nigeria. So you have the knowledge and people who sponsor terrorism in Nigeria. How come justice had not been meted out on those people that It's only now you want to establish and tell us that these people are part sponsor or Sunday Igboho, they even listed one name. And the one name you mentioned, we are not hearing that this person, has been convicted by a court of competent jurisdiction, or that this person is in custody awaiting trial. So when you look at it, my brother, for several months, I just decided that I will not be discussing Nigeria. I think I am more centered on what will make Edo State a better place than Nigeria, because everything we see, the indices played out from the political space to the what's it called, the civil space, to everywhere. It's hard to say that there is probably no future. There's probably no future. Only God is going to help us. Particularly now that the politicians are beginning to make permutations towards 2023.
Yeah.
Some shameless people are coming out from the north to say the power must remain in the north. The governor of one state in northeast said that the people who can call insurgency is a governor from northeast. All of those many calculations. Atiku is not willing to, from what we gather, is not willing to let down. He must fly the flag of PDP and all of that. Some others are working in APC to continue the same agenda and all of that. A nation that is deliberately, disregarding equity, balance, fairness, and justice. What do you expect? My brother, Comrade Pharmacist Remira was saying just now that the only good thing is that we are glad that Nnamdi Kanu is still alive, and all of that. My brother, there's nothing we can guarantee anymore in this life, in this Nigeria that we call a country. Nothing we can guarantee. The man is alive today. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. The man right now, everything about Nnamdi Kanu right now is unjusticeable. There is no place for justice. As a matter of fact, Nigeria has no rights. The state has no rights to keep this man in this perpetual custody. This is the truth. Where Israel is not supposed to be. So everything about it, it's not a question of saying maybe this one part is good, the other part is not good. Every aspect of it, the whole process is bad. And so where are we going to start from? So I think it boils down to where I'm going to rest it. What do we expect if we have somebody like Buhari as the president of Nigeria? What do we expect?
Wow, thank you very much, Comrade Lamte Ponsariahi. You have you have danced around it, spoken like a wise man that you have always been, dissecting what Nigeria actually is at the moment. No justice. And you have used the word, if the English people will permit us, you said it is even unjustifiable to even be keeping him for trial, considering all that is happening in Nigeria. Thank you so much. Our people, it is always good that we'll keep update. We'll keep an update as the trial of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu continues. It's a national issue. It's a begging national issue. And like the pharmacist said, Austin Remira, you cannot cage a vision. I think the people of the Southeast, even after the Civil War that ended in 1970, there are still a lot of issues that led to that war that are still in present-day Nigeria, and that is really fanning this secessionist agenda. I think time has come for the Nigerian state to engage in dialogue. We cannot war all the time. We need to judge. Thank you so much, comrade. So we're going to go into our regular feature of this program, which is the update on the Benin City Youth League. Matches were played during the week, and we want to report on what has happened during the week, and to see the teams, their league position, in the league table. So if we can get the visuals so that our viewers can see what is happening in the Benin City Youth League. This is a league for under 20 football teams in Benin City that has been going on in the past 2.5 months or thereabout. So as you can see, I think the table hasn't changed much. And Raleigh FC, they are still top of the log. And from what I see, Raleigh FC, they are in championship winning form. Win. Their last 4 matches they have won. Pharmacist Remira, over to you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Tony Agbons. We are talking sport now. I just want to bust your bubble and try to sort of get one on you now. Liverpool has just paid Man UT 5-0.
You see, your bad belly is too much.
Only.
You know, because we Arsenal fans, we need people to come to our side.
No, speaking of Liverpool, Man U, to be honest, I think the coach of Man U needs to find another.
Excuse me, gentlemen. We just put on the screen the Benin City Youth League.
Yeah,
and you are busy talking of because you guys know that I'm a Manchester United supporter.
I just want to have a squad. I just want to
no, sorry, sir. Whether you are a Manchester United fan or not, it is huge ridicule that a team like Manchester United today will be beating 5-0. I mean, it's a talking point, my brother. Whether on Comrade Show or outside Comrade Show, everywhere we'll be talking point.
Dr. Agmos, the Comrade, don't worry, the crumble has been falling. We led the pack. We need them to come and join us. It's these new people. They are trying to take over Premiership. Don't worry.
That's all about 5-0. That's an absurdity.
In fact, you people are committing what we call broadcasting crime. We have an issue, Benin City Youth League, and now you are going to Europe. You are going to Europe talking about
what it is that I just want to rub it in. I want to rub it in.
Okay, you want to rub it in.
Yeah.
But pharmacists in broadcasting we can allude. Besides that, Benin City Youth League, we are glad that nobody was beating 5-0.
Thank you, my brother. Divine Greatness for coming to my rescue. This is a gang up by Pharmacist Remira, and I'm not having this. I'm going to talk to my lawyers. I'll see them in court on Monday.
Don't worry, if that is done, need no fall. We are already done. Anyway, we'll go straight to the Benin City Youth League. I when it comes to this part of Comrade Show, I'm very, very happy. Raleigh FC, they are the team to beat now. But remember, Comrade Lante said this, that is too quick to call. BJ was second few weeks back, and now they are fourth. I think they won their match anyway, or they had a draw.
Yeah, they won their last match.
But Raleigh FC is leading the trade.
They are rolling away with it, as I can see.
Absolutely. I am not very happy, but Yak FC is still rooted second from bottom. They've played 2 draws now. But I don't know if we are talking already of members of the team of the week, because I have something to say with Yak FC when we come to that segment. But okay, go on, pharmacist. But I think commendation to Raleigh FC, and I see St. Andrews there as well, but I'm really not very happy with BJ.
Yeah, thank you. Comrade, what do you say about this league table?
Look, this is first and foremost, I want to give kudos to the organizers of the Benin City Youth League, okay, for sustaining the tempo to ensure that the matches are played and the boys are engaged. Okay, I think it's huge, kudos to them. But looking at the table, okay, look, kudos to Raleigh FC. I think they are doing a very good job to just keep going on winning. But we this is week 9, and we have how many more weeks to go?
About 13 weeks. We have 13 weeks to go.
Yeah, we have about 13 weeks more to go. So I think that a lot can still happen. The reason is this: there is something I know about football, which is why we've got to be very careful, because you can be look at the difference in points right now. Between Raleigh FC and BJ, okay, it's just about 6 points in between.
Yeah.
Okay, and what happens is that you may be doing very well today, okay, even stretching your lead. All of a sudden, your 2 key players that determine all you've been doing, they will just go down to injury. And they probably will recover in 3 or 4 weeks. And in that 4 weeks, you may lose 2 matches, draw 1, and the others will just catch up immediately.
Absolutely.
So it is not yet uhuru, because never say never in football. We saw it in the game, one of the biggest comeback in history that we've seen between PSG and, of course, Barcelona FC. In one of those Champions League matches that year. PSG was leading. They had won 5-1, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Barcelona needed to win, a 6 or so, and all of that. And Barcelona got the draw. And that was the day, PSG actually bought Neymar, because Neymar stole the show on that day. That was the day PSG said, this Neymar must be bought. And at the end of that season, they did everything to get Neymar. So what I'm trying to say is that nothing is impossible. I think that Rolly FC is enjoying a very good ride right now. They should do everything to maintain the tempo and win the league. However, it is not never for St. Andrews, for Iniesta, and for BJ. It may be far for Isaac Success, Ego Wing, Insurance Feeder, and the rest, but BJ, Iniesta, St. Andrews, they are still very much in the game, my brother. Very much in the game. So I think that we'll start discussing the prospect of Rolly FC winning this league when we get to like week 17, week 18, and we'll not see the difference in points, and we'll not see what is possible and what is not possible. Then we cannot begin to narrow the matter down to now know, which team possibly is going to win, and possibly from there we probably be looking at the team of the week, and probably be looking at who possibly may win the Ballon d'Or for this Benin City Youth League.
Absolutely.
That's another area we've got to we look at,
Yeah, thank you very much. And one of our viewers now said Godfrey Oriaki. He had just said that BJ have one game in hand, so which will also push them a bit to 16 points. By the time they play their outstanding game. And looking at their form, BJ have won their last 2 matches. So
no, BJ will win because they are playing Yak FC.
Oh, they are playing Yak FC. But Yak FC, like we said, they are the youngest team in the league.
Comrade, Yak FC, they are rejuvenated.
Their last match was a draw. They've drawn their last 2 matches. I think they are coming up gradually. I don't think they will be relegated. But the gap between Yak FC and Roca, who are just on top of them, is about 6 points, which is quite huge. So again, kudos to organizers of the Benin City Youth League. I want to thank viewers of the Comrade Show who have been sending donations to the league. And I still want to appeal to most of our viewers. Some have said they are just waiting for this league, for their registration with the Corporate Affairs Commission in Nigeria to be out, so that once their bank account is carrying Benin City Youth League, a lot of our viewers have said they will be supporting more. But for those of you who have sent donations to the Comrade Show, we have always sent it across to the convener of the Benin City Youth League, and the gentleman has been expressing his appreciation. And we want to promise that before this league ends, we are going to stream one of the matches. Hopefully, even if we cannot stream the maybe because of copyright issues and all that, maybe we will be able to bring you some highlights very soon, where we are working behind the scene on that. So that our viewers can actually get firsthand to see that a lot is really happening in this league. Comrade.
Yes, I want to say, I don't know, maybe we need to put heads together. I'm looking at the possibility of the Comrade Show, donating, we want to have a Ballon d'Or, and a golden boot for this competition. We probably will need to appeal to our support base. If people want to contribute into that as well. So at the end of this league, just to keep encouraging our boys to do well. You understand what I'm saying? Let people aspire to become winners. I mean, best players of the league and the highest goal scorers and stuff like that.
Yeah, MVP. We'll have a meeting. We'll have a meeting over that and let our viewers know. Yeah. So somebody is saying, please, any basketball update? Hopefully soon. We are starting with football. maybe soon we'll talk about other sports as they take off as
Oh.
well. So the team of the
sorry, sir. Before that, and to,
yes.
to respond to the person, very soon we'll probably be coming up with with updates on judo and related sports because of what
thank you.
our brother is already doing.
So we want to just quickly, before we round up, want to quickly see the team of the week. Yes, so this is the team of the week. Pharmacist, if you can take us through this one.
Thank you so much. That's the team of the week for week 8. The goalkeeper is Lucky Ojezwambi. We have the defense, Emmanuel from Yak FC, Ekato Maswe from Ines Stars, Oyenka Young from Dynamo, Eribo Osakmausi for BJ, Towo from Insurance Feeders. Those are the midfielders there. Osagede Osasere for Roli FC, Ozogbo Joseph from Dynamo, and then Jeremiah from Yak FC. And the attack is made up of Iyamu Blessed from Isaac Success, and then Mr. Young. We don't have the other name from Roli FC. It's a 4-4-2 formation, and the coach for the week is he's won it now 3 times on the road, Coach Ndubisi Okosieme. I have my input on this, but I will allow you, Tony, to say a word or two on the team of the week.
Yeah, I think thank you very much, my brother, for going through that. A lot of new faces on this team of the week, and I must say that, like I said, you can see the momentum building for Yak FC. 2 of their players appearing in the team of the week. I told you.
I'm so happy.
Yes, and congratulations to ex-Nigerian international Coach Ndubisi Okoseme. Hopefully, one of these days, I think we will invite him to this show. He's an old boy. He attended my senior in secondary school, and I've got his contact. Maybe we'll bring him to this program one of these days to come and talk to our viewers. Ex-Nigeria international, played for the Super Eagles, Flying Eagles, and all that. Yeah, Comrade Lamte, what do you have to say before we go back to pharmacists?
I think the man of the moment is Coach Ndubisi Okosieme. I think is the man of the moment as far as this league is concerned, because he's brought a lot of traction to it with his experience as international and every other thing, and because his team is doing very well, So for me, he's the man of this tournament so far, as far as I'm concerned. But again, I'm very encouraged that there's real competition. Some of the players that were very consistent, particularly players of BJ that were very consistent for several weeks, they are not here. They've been dethroned from this table. So when you look at it, it's encouraging. What we are seeing with Yak FC having 2 players in here making team of the week, and all of that. And again, look at Inne Star. Inne is probably producing 2 players here too, and all of that. And Dynamo, who is just in the middle of the park as well. So at the end of the day, I think that the league leaders are already having very stiff opposition from, the guys in the middle table and all of that. I think it's a healthy development. You understand what I'm saying? It means that the boys are working hard, to give this competition, a proper run for what it is.
Thank you very much. Pharmacist, your last word on Benin City Youth League.
Thank you, Dr. Tony Agbos. It's very refreshing when we come to this segment. Like I said, I continue to make that prophecy. One day, these names that we are reading out will occupy the world stage, certainly by the grace of God. But I'm very happy. My team, Yak FC, I've got a 2 membership in the team of the week. That's a ray of hope. That's some improvement. I just want to appeal to our viewers. I know many of us might be abroad. It's also good sometimes if you have your wards in Benin, you can ask them to go and watch the matches. At least they can feed that back to you as well. That will help to instill confidence and also make you to be a bit more committed. But it is refreshing what we are doing. I'm very happy when it comes to this segment. And kudos once again to Coach Ndubisi Okosieme for being the coach of the week, 3 weeks on the trot.
And Comrade Austin, don't forget that the venue of the match, if people want to go and see, is Esante Barra.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Thank you, Comrade, for chipping that in. So the matches are played Esante Barracks during the week, so you can go and watch. Send your people to go and watch. and see these games live. Like we said, we'll try to stream one of the matches, but where we cannot, if maybe for copyright reasons, we may be able to provide a highlight of some of these matches as this league goes on. So, gentlemen, comrade, our viewers, I want to thank you all for staying with us. There's our sister, big sister, Felicia Boegbe. They say, make una put wine for table to discuss this on a football matter. Yes, we'll do that very certainly. And Princess Anne Maria said, Midwest, Bender, and now Edo State have always been renowned in sports in Nigeria. Yes, so national and international scouts are well for plugged into this youth league. Yeah, so a lot definitely will happen. So, comrade, once again, thank you for this opportunity to anchor today's show. I'm going to hand back to you as the acting anchor for today. So, back to you, Comrade Lamte.
Thank you very much, my brother. I just want to quickly say, let's not forget that, though we mentioned it last week, Felicia Bogbe supported the Benin City Youth League with some, she paid it 31,000
for football.
Yes. The money has been remitted and sent to, the organizers. And we are glad that they are going to use the money judiciously for what it's meant for. And so that the league can, still be on. And so hopefully, we will be supporting every way we could as a unit. And of course, like Austin said, we crave the support of those people, people who love good things. Let's keep encouraging them. Whatever you can support, we please do. Go to the Comrade Show, and of course, you can send your support through the Comrade Show account. Directly reach out to us. Of course, we can probably give you the account directly so that you can support them. We just want that our own should be getting better and growing for us. On that note, I want to say a very big thank you to everybody who's been part of this process, to everybody who's been. You guys have been wonderful. Around why maybe I see you, to our Osasui, Ryan Greatness, Felicia Boygbe, thank you so very much. Godfrey Oriaki, brother from another father, thank you so very much. Princess Anne Marie, yes, thank you so very much. You guys have been wonderful. You've been part of this process with us. Paul Obayi, Terry G. Johnson, I see you. Yes, Hi Chief Musa Ahmedu. Hi Chief, your own celebration, we go celebrate a special. Hi Chief is in Nigeria, and of course his cousin. Hi Chief.
I'm flexing.
I'm telling you, my brother. I'm telling you, Hi Chief is cousin, is flexing, is enjoying. I'm happy for you, sir. I mean, some days ago he was with the Oni of Ife. On his birthday, he's High Chief that is now a multiple chief. He's beginning another chieftaincy title, by another, traditional ruler in Eastern land. As a matter of fact, High Chief right now is now a multiple, chieftaincy title holder. So no wonder he's High Chief. High Chief, thanks for joining. I'm sure when you come back to the UK, we'll have time to talk about all your movements in Nigeria, and of course, High Chief's wife is the leader of this charity organization. It's called
the Wonderful Woman.
Wonderful Women, yeah, exactly. And they are establishing a very wonderful structure, wonderfully made woman. Yeah. They are establishing a very wonderful structure in Edo State. They are catching the guests young. They are going to schools to catch the guests, to bring them into some awareness for the girl child. So that family is contributing a lot. No wonder they won series of awards from the Prime Minister, from the Queen of England. They are very exemplary. So Archie Musa Amedu, well done, sir. Well done.
Remember, the wife is also a chief.
Oh, yes. My brother, the chieftaincy become multiple now. So, we're going to have a time to talk about this anyway. It's nice, And Archie is a very strong supporter of the Comrade Show. It's a part of the Comrade Show, to be very honest. And we're happy, we're encouraged that we are in alliance with such a very wonderful person. Yes, Patience Arabo, thank you very much. I'm not supporter of the Comrade Show. I see you online. Patonal on Aino. Is it Patonal or Patonile? But on Aino, I can pronounce that very well. Terry, thank you so very much. Omosi Yamu, thank you. Divine Greatness, you are somebody. Thank you guys, both from Facebook and YouTube. You guys have been part of this show. Thank you. And that's how we can say. It's been a Comrade Show. My name is Comrade Lamte, and of course, we've had the Musketeers of the Comrade Show. We'll all be there. Of course, we are not going to forget that our sister was equally part of this process earlier. Dr. Loretta Boroko. Thank you so very much. She's a member of the board of trustee of the Comrade Show. She's giving us pass mark. We are glad. Yes, Arobodosopokoni, thank you so very much as well. You are part of this. Alami Christopher, I see you. Thank you so very much. So we are about running off right now. We just want to say thank you. Please share this broadcast, share the Comrade Show, keep sharing, and let's be doing this together. Next week, Sunday, keep a date with us. We're going to be here again to look at other issues that border on our development as a people. And of course, that's what we do here on the Comrade Show. On that note, I want to say bye for now, and may God bless you. May God bless Edo State. May God bless the governor of Edo State. May God bless Nigeria and all of us. Bye for now.
The Comrade Show, Comrade Lante Oriente. Live on Facebook and YouTube. Like us, follow us, and be the first to know. This is the